Sitaram everyone. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please join in. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gaiti Girim Yakripachumaham Vande Paramanandam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I'll join in a couple bhajan. Paman will ask me to come and render. Please join in with me so that we can render with courage and harmony for the great loss. And the bhajan says, please take my boat, O Lord, across the river of mundane existence. Bravely, so we know what we are saying. भगवान मेरे नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। भगवान मेरे नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है, आगे भी निभा देना। डर बल के साथ माया घेरे जो मुझको आकर, तू देख तेरा रहना, झट आके बचा लेना। भगवान मेरे नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया। कर ले मिलन परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण ये आत्मचल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन ओ देख प्रभु तेरी निकट विराजे ओ देख प्रभु तेरी निकट विराजे कर ले अभिवादन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन ज्योति बिंदु का प्रेम सिंधु ने ऐ चल आज न आले परम पिता का प्रेम पत्र बन कर तो शुभ वर पाले ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से हो जा मन में मगन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन 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 अब चल कर ले मिलन. The next bhajan tells you, there is no one who will depart this world carrying a bundle of wealth. Even when the God of death comes to us when we are upon our deathbed, even when our two eyes are closing for the last time, we still wish to turn back. Briefly the meaning of the bhajan. कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध की गठरिया कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध की गठरिया कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध की गठरिया अब कोई ना ले जाए धन बांध की गठरिया जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे जब यमराज पलंग पर बैठे उलट गए दोनों नैन पथरिया उलट गए दोनों नैन पथरिया कोई ना ले जाए धन बान की गठरिया कोई ना ले जाए धन बान की गठरिया ओ कोई ना ले जाए धन बान की गठरिया मार ही सोता प्राण निकाले मार ही सोता प्राण निकाले प्राण लोकाए कोठरिया कोठरिया प्राण लोकाए कोठरिया कथरिया ओ कोई नाले जय धन चार प्रहर मिले काज उठावे चार प्रहर मिले काज उठावे फूक दिया जैसे बन तिलकरिया फूक दिया जैसे बन तिलकरिया कोई नाले जय धनवान की कथरिया कोई नाले जय धनवान की कथरिया ओ कोई नाले जय धनवान की कथरिया कहत कबीर सुनो भय साधु कहत कबीर सुनो भय साधु छूट गए सब महल उतरिया छूट गए सब महल उतरिया कोई नाले जय धनवान की कथरिया कोई नाले जय धनवान की कथरिया ओ कोई नाले जय धनवान की कथरिया And this bhajan is very romantic. He was throwing a life away also, running after temporary material things. This is not the one. Jyoti janam gavaya sadhu jyoti janam gavaya jyoti janam gavaya sadhu jyoti janam gavaya jyoti janam gavaya एक पिता के हम सब लड़के धरती हमारी माता धरती हमारी माता कुटुम कबीरा संगन साथी काला ढंक बजाया काला ढंक बजाया साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया ओ साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया दो दिन के पहुनाय जगत में माया में भरमाया माया में भरमाया धन दौलत कुछ काम न आवे छूटी जाए यहाँ काया छूटी जाए यहाँ काया साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया ओ साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया सत्संग का गंगा बहे है कोमल जिसकी धारा कोमल जिसकी धारा करिय स्नान विफल कर काया पापिन पार कराया पापिन पार कराया साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया ओ साधु जूते जन्म गवाया जूते जन्म गवाया
Now just explaining it.
If this comes on the soul, no, if it goes.
Kindly stand, everyone, as we commence the Antyeshti Karam, or the final rites. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. As we offer salutations and surrender to the Supreme Lord from whom we have come, when it's time to return, we do so. So we commence. Harihi Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvastanga Piva Yahasmarit Pundari Kaksham Sabahya Bhyantara Shuchihi Om Shri Hasta Prakshanam Samarpayami Shri Keshavaya Nama Narayana Nama Madhavaya Nama Govindaya Namaha Shri Vishnavi Nama Madhusudana Nama Trivikramaya Nama Vamanaya Nama Shri Dharaya Namaha Krishkeshaya Nama Padmanabhaya Nama Damodaraya Nama Sankarshanaya Namaha Vasudevaya Nama Pradyumnaya Nama Niruddhaya Nama Purushottamaya Nama Dukshajaya Namaha Narasimhaya Nama Achyutaya Nama Janardanaya Nama Upendraya Namaha Om Shri Hariye Namaha Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha Tilakam Cha Mahapunyam Mahapajakanashanam Apada Hariti Nityam Lalati Harichandanam Om Namo Narayanaya Govindaya Shri Paramatmani Namaha Shuklam Varadaram Devam Shashi Varinam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Varanam Dhyayit Sarva Vigno Pashantaye Shriman Narayanaya Govindaya Shri Vishnavi Namaha. Then give the Pavitri, the push wings. The ring finger of both hands. Harihi Om Pavitre So Veshamyo Savituraha Prasabutpunam Yachitrin Pavitrin Surjasya Rashmibihi Tasyate Pavitrapati Pavitraput Tasya Jatkamaha Punechat Punetachake Yamma Shri Vishnavi Namaha Shri Vishnavi Namaha Shri Vishnavi Namaha. On a palm leaf, but flowers and water as their brothers and others take the Sankar to perform this, the Antyeshti Karam, and all the following ceremonies over the next lunar year. So in your mind, Shri Vishnavi Namaha, Shri Vishnavi Namaha, Shri Vishnavi Namaha. Om Vishnu 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 Shri Puran Purushottamai Adya Shri Brahmani Dviti Pradardhe Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpi Saivasvat Manvantare Ashtavinchati Kalyuge Kalipratam Charini Jambo Dvipe Trandadeshe Shri Punya Kshetre Bhadrapadmasi Shukapakshi Trayodashititau Budvasari Ravidakshenayini Tikane Amuktam Jajmanasya Amukgotrasya Rishi Pretasya Antyeshti Karam Aham Karishe, offered by the right hand. Shri Vishnavi Namaha, Shri Vishnavi Namaha, Shri Vishnavi Namaha. Take flowers again, as once more we pray to Bhagwan Vishnu. Harihi Om Sashanka Chakram Sakirita Kundalam Sapita Vastram Sarasir Guhikshanam Sahara Vakshastal Kaustubha Shriyam Namami Vishnum Sharasa Namamyaham Om Dhyayita Satyam Gunatitam Gunatraya Samanvitam Lokanatam Trilokisham Kaustubha Bharanam Harim Sachidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetavi Tapatray Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Of Shri Vasudeva Krishnaya Namaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Shri Vishnavi Namaha Shri Vishnavi Namaha. Offer water on the body. Om Adya Mukha Gotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritistani Shavanimit Snanam Maya Diyate Tabo Patishtitam. Chandan and perfume next. Om Madhya Mukha Gotrasya Mukha Pretasya Mritistani Shavanimit Gandham Mayadiyati Tapopatishtitam
दुखियों के दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का नूर किनारा हो। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का नूर किनारा हो, और कोई न केवल आना हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों के दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों के दुख दूर करे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
प्रेम से बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। पूर्ण करे दे सबकी आशा। When times like this and all times in our lives will come, it is only in the Supreme Lord that we rest our faith, our love and devotion. And so of course, this being that period of time, Panchak, where we have a little additional thing to do. So first of all, Rishi, give Rishi some rice and kush and black tail in his hand. And I'll tell you when to open the putli one after the other. So keep in your minds, Shri Vishnavi Namaha. Harihi Om Vasoho Pavitramasi Shadadharam Vasoho Pavitramasi Sahasradharam Divastva Savita Punatu Vasoho Pavitren Shadadharin Suppa Kamadukshvaha. Sprinkle on one of the putli. Om Vasubhyaha Namaha, Om Pretavahaya Namaha. Take till and push again. Om Varunasyotam Bhanamasi Varunasya Skamba Sajjaniyasi Varunasya Ritasaranamasi Varunasya Ritasaranamasi Varunasya Ritasaranammasita. Sprinkle on the second one. Om Varunaya Namaha, Om Preta Sankhya Namaha. Again for the third, till and push. Harihi Om Uddano Hirabudnyaha Shrinotvajaha Ekapata Pritavi Samudraha Vishve Deva Rita Pridhi Uvanastuna Mantraha Kavishastan Avantu. Sprinkle. Om Ajay Kapadaya Namaha, Om Pretaya Namaha. For the fourth one. Om Shivonamase Swaritiste Pita Namaste Astu Mamahi Kumsi निवर्तयाम्यायुकेनाय प्रजनाय रायस्पोकाय सुप्रजास्त्वाय सुवीर्याय ॐ महिर्पुण्याय नमः sprinkle ॐ प्रेतभूमिपाय नमः for the fifth one ॐ पूकं तव प्रतिपयन्न ऋषिं कदाचनः स्तोतारस्त इहस्मसि sprinkle ॐ पूष्णे नमः ॐ प्रेतहरित्रे नमः take the first doll and place above the head. You can bring the whole tree and so above the head. The second one is under the right arm. Third is under the left arm. Fourth is on the navel. And the fifth is between the legs. Let us all pray to Bhagwan. Om Namo Narayanaaya Shri Vishnavi Namaha Shri Govindaya Namaha. And so at this point in time, before we speak a little bit, I know some of my colleagues are here, Pandit Rajesh, Pandit Lakshmidat, one of the most senior and distinguished Pandits in our country. So Pandit Lakshmidat, whatever is your contribution, I invite you to do so.
Bolo Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. That we all stand to join together in just a few verses of the Ramastuti as we repose our faith and our trust in the Lord Shri Ramachandraji. We pray together. Shri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhaivarunam Navakanjalo Chana Kanjamukakar Kanja Pada Kanjayunam. Pray. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Kandarpa Aganitha Amita Chavi Navanila Neeraj Sundaram Patapita Vana Uttarita Ruchi Suchi Naumi Janaka Sutavaram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Iti Badati Tulsi Das Shankar Shesha Muni Manaranjanam Mama Hridaya Kanjani Vasa Kuru Kavadi Karadar Kanjanam. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Bolo Yudhyapati Ramachandra ki jai. Please be seated. Thank you very much, Rishi.
I invite Pandit Rajesh, one of the Pandits, and close. First music listen.
Vrindavan Beharry Lal ki jai. We join our hands together. We turn our minds to the blessed Lord, Shri Vishnu Bhagwan, Shri Krishna Bhagwan. We ask of him. A soul of a beloved is about to make a journey. And Prabhu, your divine light is needed upon him in helping him to reach that destination. Today we join with this wonderful family in bidding farewell to a loved one. Rishi might not have lived. For many of us, we will say he died very young. But in terms of spirituality, Rishi would have lived a complete life. Such a noble soul he was, a good friend, a family. Everything that he did when it comes to spirituality was to perfection. Not falling short in any way in whatever his duty and dharma had to be. Today we ask of you, Hey Prabhu, the Sankar, take away the troubles from him, and bless his soul again and again. Prabhu ka naam japo man mere, Prabhu ka naam japo man mere, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे, पिंजरा जब तुल जाता है, पंछी घबरू कर आता है। पिंजरा जब खुला जाता है, पंछी घबरू कर आता है। और इसका दूर करे वही संकट तेरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे, प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे। May you give the members of the family that strength and that courage to perform their duty, just as Rishi would have done when someone would have passed on. So too, the brothers, the mom, the sister, the entire family, they would do their duty towards him, ensuring that his soul reaches its maker in time to come. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai.
Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Ram Nam, Yehi Sat Ki Gati Hai. The final destination for all of us is once more to return to the original maker from whence we have and from whom we have originally come. And this morning, there's one thought that is always important for us to reflect and focus on. Distinction is not in age. Distinction is in action. Distinction is never in age. Distinction is in action. Which means the quality of life that we live, the values and the virtues that we inculcate in ourselves and in others, these are the things that are truly meaningful and significant when we leave this world. As the guru of Rishi and the other children in the family for decades, I'm sure my picture is still on the wall when I was half this age, and it's still there. Because this is a family. But especially this morning, I want to say a few words about Rishi. Because I know him in all his capacities. And for those of you who may not know him as well as a student, Rishi is one who bordered on genius, or probably actually achieved genius state without activating it to the fullest. The academic potential of Rishi was inordinate, extremely voluminous. Whatever he thought his mind would want to focus on, he went ahead. Even after MBBS, he decided he wanted to become a civil engineer. And so he attained first class honors in civil engineering. After that, he decided he wanted to help people. He wanted to be of benefit to society, probably the world at large. So he wanted to get into biomedical engineering, inventing not what was there or what is there already, but to come up with new things, new prosthetics, new kinds of inventions that will be valuable to those who have been disabled physically. And so he had all these thoughts in his head. And he continued to study. If it is one thing he did, he always studied. That was the nature of his life, to engage in scholarship. And he excelled at scholarship. And not only did he excel at scholarship, but more importantly, he he excelled in his prayer. He excelled in his devotion to God. He excelled in upholding dharma as best as he could in every way that he could. And so, from a very young boy, unlike Rishi was always more of a loner. Rishi is more of a social being and engaging in many activities, great activities, value to society. So each one of them had their own uniqueness. But Rishi was always a loner for a very important reason, because Rishi always lived in the world of the mind. The brilliant people in our society, those who achieve greatness, they have the capacity, capability, and ability to live in the world of the mind. Because everything is first achieved in the world of the mind. This bulb is just a small physical object, but the bulb was conceived in the mind. The light from the bulb was conceived in the mind. And those who achieve distinction and glory and greatness in every aspect of their lives, it is because they have learned to live in the world of the mind. And there is where we discover everything. We could see everything physically, but we could also see everything in the world of the mind. And Rishi had that kind of distinction to be by himself. He had a very contemplative and meditative approach and attitude to life, and that brought him. There is no regret that he died at 41, because what he achieved, many people will not achieve at age of 441. Right? So age is not the defining aspect of our character. Action is the defining aspect of our character. This is why we say excellence is not an action. Excellence is a habit. You know, we are casual in this place and somebody does something wrong, but once, and we ascribe excellence to that person. But excellence is a habit. When we are accustomed to doing everything at a very high standard, and we set performance standards and performance measurements and performance benchmarks, so we know how we are progressing in life, that is the kind of person Rishi was. And when it came to his pujas, his mother had the task of her life, that when it was time for prayer, even though the family would do their pujas, Rishi insisted he would always have 3 days for himself. He wanted 3 days for himself. And then Savi will have to make 108 pairs of Ladsi and Sahari and 9 trays or thalis of prasad, because his mind could not conceive of just offering 1 thali of prasad to God. His mind was way more expansive, that how can we satisfy God with this much prasad or so many or so few fruits. So this whole table, 2 tables were filled, and the offering of prasad alone used to be 40 minutes in the puja. But the point is this morning, it is about the excellence in his thinking. Paramasoch, paramavichar. It is when we have high thinking that we excel in every aspect of our lives. And so he excelled as a student. He achieved many things as a student. He achieved a long way towards the journey towards God in these 41 years that he lived on this earth. Because we are all passing through here. This is just a hotel for us. And when the vacation is over, we have to vacate our spot here. So we are just temporary travelers in this world, and we meet and we greet and we try our best to live well with each other, but we still have the full understanding that our stay is limited. You know, you go to a foreign country and the immigration officer stamps a date. You have 6 weeks to remain in the country, and then you have to leave because your visa expires or your stay expires after that period. And some people get multiple visa, so they get 10-year visa. Some of us get 6 weeks visa. But whatever the time or the duration that is allotted or given to us, The most important thing is how well we spend that time, how wisely we spend that time, how we choose and select which actions and activities and events that we participate in or become attracted to, so that we can lift ourselves spiritually. Because lifting ourselves materially, that's there, and that has a certain amount of goodness ascribed or attached to it. But it is when we can lift our souls and bring our souls closer towards reunion with the Supreme, so that ultimately we can attain that state of liberation, nirvana, moksha, however we may choose to describe the ultimate eternal cycle coming to an end. Rishi, he did very well in all aspects of his life. He was someone any pandit, any guru will be enormously pleased. We look all over the world for exemplars, but in our homes and our villages and our communities and our country, we have the very best examples, but we look outside of our shores. If I were to recommend an exemplar for a young person, and not at 41, from the time he was 12, 13 and growing up, if I wanted to recommend an exemplar to any young person, certainly I would say follow the example of Rishi Kumar Beharry, because he lived that kind of way. Of course, he had his own unique temperament, and he has, like all of us, our own little eccentricities, but that is part of our DNA. Each one of us, just like 2 days are never equal, 2 persons are never equal. Each one of us have peculiar and particular quirks and eccentricities, and Rishi was like that also. But even those things help us to think at a higher level. Those things help us to refine our character. Those things help us to define who we are, and those things help us to achieve our purpose, goal, and objective in life. Rishi would have achieved a very great amount in this life. And we always remember, just as there is a sunrise, there will be a sunset. There is no doubt, there is a sunrise, there is a sunset. As long as we are born, we are compelled to die. Whether at a younger age, an older age, but whichever is the age, it is our achievements that matter at the end of time. The relationships we cultivate, the activities we participate in, the kinds of places we go, the way we glorify the Supreme Lord, all of these are the most blessed and beneficial things in our lives. And so we have to think like that and move upward, upward, upward. Aage barho, that is the watchword in life for every one of us. Aage barho, always keep on moving forward. So as he leaves here, he will not only be moving forward, but he will be moving upward. For someone like Rishi, who lived the kind of life that he lived, upward means in the astral realm, he will enjoy places of great delight. As per our scriptures, we live a good life, even if we have not attained the final liberation, but we enjoy for thousands of years as per our karma, we enjoy delightful places in the astral realm. If we live a life as good as Rishi, there is no doubt a place is reserved for us, a place of delight, a place of enjoyment, a place where we are accommodated nicely in the astral realm. So this morning, I want to say, of course, all of us are here also not only for this ceremony, but most importantly, I am saying most importantly for me, we are also here for the family, but more especially Sabi, the mother of the home, because anyone can understand it very easily. To see your husband go and to see a child go at 41 years will definitely not be one of the easiest things in life to experience. So our thoughts, our blessings, our wishes, may Bhagwan give you the sustenance, the comfort, the solace, so that you can continue your life living in the glory of the Supreme Lord. Let us join our hands in prayer. Harihi Om Anadi Nirano Devaha Shankachakra Gadadaraha Akshaya Pundarikakshaha Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Preta Moksha Prado Bhava Shri Vasudev Krishna Bhagwan Ki. And now I want to call on the uncle of Rishi, Suresh ji, to come and say something on behalf of the family. I saw him.
I am the paternal uncle of my departed nephew Rishi. My name is Beharry, for those unaware. On behalf of Savi, Rishi's mom, and the rest of the family, I sincerely welcome you all to be part of this last rites session for Rishi, Rishi's departed soul. Rishi, gone too soon, but will forever be remembered by your dear and loved ones. Dr. Rishi Kumar Beharry was the first of 4 siblings, Vigavasad, Naresh, and Savi Beharry, 41 years ago. It was a great excitement to them and their extended family members. Unfortunately, he has gone at this time to join his dad, who passed approximately 10 years ago. He leaves to mourn his mom Savi, his brothers Shashi and Rishi, and his baby sister Priya. Rishi attended the Montreal Physics School and then the Cuba Government Secondary School, where he excelled and obtained an open scholarship. He then attended UWI School of Medicine and graduated as a medical doctor. He then pursued a job in the then scarce market of medical jobs, job opportunities in Trinidad, and settled for employment in the public service, becoming a house officer at the Shoguna's health facility for the past 10 years. While working there, I recall Rishi telling me that he is going to do a degree in mechanical engineering, which incidentally was his first choice after leaving college. I remember asking him, Rish, you are a medical doctor, how come you going to study mechanical engineering? He then said to me that he would like to do biomechanical engineering. I said, okay, I see. Next thing, he obtained his mechanical engineering degree. Unfortunately, around that time, his dad passed and his dream was delayed, and he continued in the public service. But his yearning for advancing his studies allowed him to pursue diplomas in specialized fields of medicine. Next thing, will you imagine, he started pursuing a degree in petrochemical engineering. And my understanding is that he was about to complete same with a few more exams and the submission of his thesis over the next few months. Unfortunately, he's gone now. Anyway, Rishi growing up was no different from most young boys. That streak of naughtiness. My 2 daughters, who would have been 2 to 3 years older than Rishi, would spend their afternoon by their grandmother, giving her beans, as they said. Rishi was like 2 boys in one. He'd never sit down, always running, jumping, kicking, hitting, to the love and frustration of their grandmother, with my 2 daughters in cahoots. Then came Shashi, Visa, Priya, who all grew At this time, I would like to read a part of this eulogy from my eldest daughter, Nisha, Rishi's first cousin, who unfortunately could not be here, but doing many baby crimes at their tender age. I anticipate it encapsulates some memories of their time together as toddlers and children. From Nisha, this is on behalf of myself, Nisha speaking, and our cousins. My dear Rishi, my cousin, my brother, we grew up together humbly under the watchful care of our angel Aji. We spent so many days together playing and forming unbreakable bonds through our formative years. Playing with you, Shashi, Visa, and prayer was my summer vacation. And one of the best parts of my year for the first decade of my life. You were my first true friend after my sister. We shared a bond that needed no words. Because of this, we had big eyes and big dreams, and we were ready to take the world on, you and I. Through the years as we grew up, I was always in awe of your warm heart, intelligence, charisma, generosity, and charm. Most of all, I was always so very proud to call you my cousin. I knew that you had a heart of gold from where you were very young, as I saw how you dealt with so many situations. The selflessness and generosity stayed with you throughout your life. You had a wicked sense of humor, which made me laugh so many times over. We plotted on how we could trick Aji into eating healthy and living longer so that we could bask in the presence for years to come. You were innately beautiful human being and gave us so many memorable experiences. Your ambition and focus was unparalleled. I remember when you told me that you were going to study biomechanical engineering after you completed your engineering and medical degrees, and I told you, please take a break and just get married now. You laughed about it. However, you were so focused, I knew nothing could stop you from pursuing those dreams. I know that I cannot pay homage to the inspiration you have been to our cousins. I know you have had a positive influence on every single one of them. I have seen you guide, help, and lead them where you could. You led by example, and did so much to help support our extended family unit. As life threw punches at you, I knew you did your best. I never doubted your intentions and integrity for a moment. Thank you for everything, Rish. You will live in each of our dear hearts. It is said that flames that burns twice as bright burns half as long. I have been repeating to myself to ease the pain, Rish. You have left a gaping hole in all of our hearts, one that will be filled with love and memories that you gave to us during your time here on earth. We wish you eternal peace with all of the other angels in heaven. We miss you, Rishi, and we love you forever more until we meet one day again. Nisha and Rishi. Nisha could not be here today. She did pursue academics like Rishi to an extent. She's Dr. Nisha Beharry. She has a PhD in environmental economics and management. She is employed with the Caribbean Development Bank and she's based in Barbados. She got that message on her way to the airport yesterday morning, day before morning, and I was taking her back to the airport. But unfortunately, she could not have taken her. Finally, I must maintain that Rishi grew up as a fine and handsome young man, but devoted most of his time after the passing of his father to his younger siblings, with admiration for the seriousness, dedication, and devotion to his family, as Pandit reiterated. He played a critical role when his sister's wedding, which I admired very much, which I truly admired, and his continuous interest in the welfare of his siblings. He did this a bit silently, but continuously through his mom, seeking continuous updates and providing guidance to the well-being of them all. He also committed himself to a very spiritual way of life over the past few years. Rishi, you were a great soul. May you rest in peace. I thank you.
Prem Saule, Vrindavan, Beharry Lal ki. So now we have the Havan. So take the foot, take the second finger there. Transfer this to the left hand. Just up. Like fire. So this is the fire that will go down to the cremation ground, and the fire from there will be lit from this one. Om Shri Kravyavadagnai Namaha Yagachetishta Yayami Stapyami Pujyami Samaripayami Om Shri Yamaya Namahan Swaha Dharmarajaya Namahan Swaha Mrityave Namahan Swaha Antakaya Namahan Swaha Vaivasvataya Namahan Swaha Kalaya Namahan Swaha Sarvabhutakshayaya Namahan Swaha Umaudambaraya Namahan Swaha Dadnaya Namahan Swaha Nilaya Namahan Swaha Parvishtini Namahan Swaha Shri Vrikodaraya Namahan Swaha Shri Chitraya Namahan Swaha Shri Chitraguptaya Namahan Swaha. Offer water open fire. Kravyavadagnai Namaha Punarachamaniyam Samaripayam. We clasp hands once more. Hari Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devakinandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Miraculal Giridhar Gopal ki. So before we start for the first manzil out here, we know many people came a little bit late, so in an organized manner, as best as we can do. Those who wish to see the body for the final time, we take a few minutes while Devendra will sing once more, a few more bhajans, and then in a few minutes we'll go over.
Again, I'm just doing it along there.
एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जात है सारा इसका, चला जात है सारा इसका, कौन दिखाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। खूब मौज कर देख तमाशा, खूब मौज कर देख तमाशा, खेला देखो के आना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जात है सारा इसका, चला जात है सारा इसका, कौन ठिकाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। कौड़ी कौड़ी करके जोड़ी, कौड़ी कौड़ी करके जोड़ी, मालिक जाना है, संग न जाए कर ले वंदे, संग न जाए कर ले वंदे, फिर पछताना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जात है सारा, जग चला जात है सारा इसका, कौन ठिकाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, युगल चरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। जीवन देखे जाग छाया, रच के माया नाच नचाया, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, जब चिंतन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। तुमने लाखों पापी तारे, मेरे भाई बाजी हारे, बाजी हारे। मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, पद पूजन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपने शरण में ले लो राम। राम हे राम, राम हे राम, घर घर अफसोस, घर घर मत को, कहा अपना सिरपत को, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुमको राम हे राम, इस जीवन में मिलो न तुमको, मुझे मरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। पिंजरे के पंछी तेरा दर्द न जाने को, तेरा दर्द न जाने को, पिंजरे के पंछी रे, तेरा दर्द न जाने खामोश रहे तो भीतर भीतर रोए रे भीतर भीतर रोए तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरी भी पंची क्या जिंदगानी रे कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरी भी पंची क्या जिंदगानी रे विधि में तेरी कथा लिखे आंसू में कलम डुबोए तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को पिंजरे के पंछी चुप के रोने वाले रखना छुपा के दिल के छाले रे चुप के रोने वाले रखना छुपा के दिल के छाले रे ये पत्थर का देश है पगले कोई न तेरा हो तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को तेरा दर्द न जाने को
प्रेम से बोले श्रीमन नारायण भगवान की जय Kindly stand now. As we're about to leave, of course, the first manzil is at the front gate there, but there are some mantras to be recited before the lifting of the box to go out there. So 3 people on this side, 3 on that side, just hold the handles. Don't lift it yet, just keep your hands on the handles and Shri Vishnavi Namaha in your mind. Harihi Om Prehi Prehi Patibihi Purvanaryenati Purvam Pitaraha Paritaha Ubharajanau Swadhaya Madantau Vipyamama Pashyasi Varunam Chadiva Om Yamono Gatum Pratamo Vivedanesha Gavyo Tira Apa Bharitava Jatranaha Purva Pitaraha Parita Inaha Yajna Pataya Anaswaha Om Samgachaswa Petribihi Samyam Minanishta Puritin Paramin Vyomana Hitva Yavatyam Punarastamihi Sa Gachatam Tanva Suvarchaha Om Surya Chakshur Gachatu Patamatmadhyam Cha Gacha Pritavicha Dharmana Apova Gachayati Tatrati Hitam Aushadishu Pratitishta Shariraihi Om Soma Ekibhyaha Pavate Gritam Me Kupasati Yebhyo Madhu Pratapati Tamshi Devapi Gachatarna Shri Vishnavi Namaha Shri Vishnavi Namaha Shri Vishnavi Namaha Tamse devapi gacchatat Srimanarayanaya namaha. Take, and we go out now. Yeah, so the foot will be facing south. Yeah, right outside the gate because the feet facing south. Yeah. So we join in Devinga once more in Hare Rama as we move on.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare